We are here with the grand finals at the Rush Battle Tower number 5. Random Gaming squaring off against 5 guys that we just watched dispatch Los Five Amigos. Now, Zoinks, Random Gaming off one of the biggest potential official Pokemon Unite wins they can be. EU February Finals champions. And 5 guys had an underwhelming performance for their squad, but still finishing in the top 4. And I'm sure that they are clamoring to get back at this squad.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 5 Guys has a bit of a chip on their shoulder for sure. I know Random Gaming kind of made their name on a bit of a score comp, a little bit of a hybrid comp action. And in this game, with the composition I'm looking at right now, they're going to be actually playing a third one in the Protect the President comp. So we're going to have a Venusaur on the side of Random Gaming playing with this new Hoopa character. It's going to be a banger. If Random Gaming, if anything, has been showing us so much variety in these past weeks, and it has proved to throw a lot of teams off, even the best in the biz.
Absolutely living up to their namesake here. Random Gaming, truly an accurate name for this squad here. But they are locked and loaded, ready to go. So let's go down for that Grand Finals Game 1 action. Random Gaming and 5 guys. We're on the side of Random Gaming here for this one.
Yep, Random Gaming going to be on that purple side. 5 Guys coming at you from the right side of your screen instead. But yeah, this composition is really interesting. We've seen it more and more popular, this Protect the President, ever since that Hoopa could be that support in lane that can also carry their own weight. A lot of people are just calling the Hoopa in this position the bot lane attacker for the amount of damage they can do. And then Blissey becomes actually a main tank of their own that can also heal.
There you go. The action is underway here as it always begins with a contestable Audino. 5 guys pressuring early, wanting to cross that center line here of the map and working through. And they're paid off with a KO on a Desu there. And that's not the player you want to see go down early. Washed Rookie going to have to make it out, but they have to be happy with that exchange early.
Oh, absolutely. An eject button traded for a KO is going to be worth it every day of the week. Vizid trying to find that last hit with the Astonish, a fantastic move to get the last hit on these contestable Audinos on either side. But another thing that it does really well is stun the enemy team. If you can stun the enemy while your main tank is trying to get those last hits, it's an incredible combo in lane, and really good Hoopas can leverage that for a huge experience lead early.
There you go. Slow Smoke's coming out up top, and now we're going after the bees. And that's a good dive in here by the Talonflame Gatlu, but they are soft and squishy. They're going to try and escape Red Maw, Gatlu. Everybody's split here, and now they're on the chase, but the bottom lane action is kicking off. Bruv trying to sing him to sleep and working through a Chroma Desu, and they kind of get caught a little bit. They're going to be able to make it out, elect not to take the warp point. And now GYZ going to push. Giz, I think, is how they said that's pronounced. That's what I'm going to say now. Geese. Okay, close
Geese,
enough.
yeah.
Here we go. Another sing back in the action here, and that's a KO on the Blissey. And now that's a great exchange by 5 guys in the bottom lane yet again.
5 Guys is doing exactly what they need to do against this composition. Right now, Random Gaming composition is completely built to win the late game. They don't have an incredible amount of team fight except out of this Venusaur, and all their resources are getting funneled into that Pokemon. You see that Geese is running the trick build, but is also running the experience share. Brev with a nice chase down on that MVP target, though. Adesu getting dangerously low in these exchanges, but they have Geese, they have a Chroma backing them up constantly.
Yeah, we need to see Adesu get those levels up a little bit. I think they'd want to be a little bit further ahead than they are right now. Kid Tan's working back through into their center area, and now everybody's kind of parting ways, and Bruv just chipping in a little bit.
Yeah, bro, probably going to be able to get this last hit. I think it was the Pikachu that found it. I don't think that was a Chroma's Pound. Looked a little bit late there, but the 2 pink blobs smacking each other quite a bit. Lots of defense on either side of these Pokemon. Not going to be too worried about this early damage they take.
Absolutely not. Just another Slow Smoke, and now Brev working through Dazzling Gleam, fires off and misses, but we see the Warp Expressway here is up between the top path and bottom path. So we can have 5 guys coalesce and converge onto this Dreadnought. They're all here. Potato has made it down. Washed Rookie in the mix as well. And they're just starting to work on Dreadnought and making Random Gaming meet them. Washed Rookie, Potato, Bruv HD still doing work. Gatlu goes down so quickly. Kid Tan's a KO streak of 2. And that's something that they can ride into the sunset here. If they want to work through this Dreadnought, they are. And the right side takes it. That's 5 guys. That's Kid Tan's with the KOs. And now Pikachu, Washed Rookie's on the mix. And they're just mowing down the squad. That's number 3 for Kid Tans. Not officially on the screen, but we just watched it happen. And that goal zone is decimated as they are pushing back up the path. And Kid Tans gets another one. That is 5 KOs in the last 40 seconds.
Yeah, Kitan's throwing in a ton of damage with a fantastic gank, and I'm really interested to I would love to, if we had a replay feature, to go back and find out what was going on in that middle of the map situation. It seemed like it was a chase down that Five Guys found the better half of. Random Gaming, unfortunately, not finding that. Gatlu trying to get that last hit on the Rotom, not rewarded with it, and instead is going to get KO'd. A really nice counter dive coming out of Five Guys in that situation. Random Game needs to find something. Desu finally have those levels up, is now going to be headed into the jungle, gonna let Gatlu rely on finding KOs and maybe even a little bit of a jungle invade to find their own level ups.
Gatlu going straight in. They're going to try and get their KOs. There's number one. Let's see if they can pick up another one too. They want it. They want it. They need it for that experience. Bruv HD makes it out. KO streak of 2. Can they make it 3? Nope. Bruv makes it to the berries just in time. But now Gatlu's on the wrong side of town here as they're working through the bees, and Bruv wants to put the pressure on because if you can stun Gatlu, you can. Geese gets taken out here, but Gatlu's back in the mix, and they're racking up a KO here. No, that's a Unite move with the Buddy Berry, and it takes it out with that big dog-like cannon firing right through them.
Yeah, Potato needed to do that. That could have been catastrophic. Those 3 KOs happening for Gatlu with the comeback experience to boot could have been tremendous for Random. Really good investment of a Unite move coming out of the Lucario from Five Guys. Potato making a really heads-up play there. The only problem is they're not going to have it up for this next Dreadnought fight. They're going to be a little bit low on Buddy Barrier health for the squad. If Random Gaming plays this correctly, they could have a huge team fight here at this second Dreadnought.
There we go. The Five Guys up on the scoreboard. Random Gaming needs to position themselves well to be able to contest this clean. Desu going to lead the charge with that pedal dance. Unite moves are flying, and Gatlu catches just Kid Tans real quick, gets it out, but right side takes it. That's Five Guys. That's Potato doing work. Hoopa unbound now, and now the Moes are just out as all the fists are flying here. Red Maw trying to do work back in the face, but Five Guys players, three players down here, and Random Gaming is pushing so well and so hard as a collective unit here. Bruv HD goes down to the Blissey of all characters here, and now the goal zone is just getting points reined in, and they elect to close it out in clean fashion.
Yeah, definitely. At this point in time, now for Five Guys, you're saying, all right, we stopped them until about 4 minutes. That's not bad. But this is where the comp for Random Gaming is going to really start rolling. Also, we haven't talked about it too much, but Geese is running that trick Shadow Ball comp on that Hoopa just for that extra damage in lane, opting the only portal they think they need is going to be that endgame team fight one. So that's going to be what they're in favor of. Also, the Rotom not being prioritized by Random Gaming, they know they need their farm. They know that everything is going to be put on this final fight. Gatlu with a nice KO in the middle.
Yeah, that KO is going to be great for them. Again, that experience, level 13, that puts them to parity with Kid Tans as well. So something we'll want to keep an eye on.
Yeah, experience, like you said, is getting pretty even across the board. Maybe a little bit of a gap for Five Guys, but not a whole level number. Those wheels just might be a little more clocked up for these other Dreadnoughts that they've been able to secure throughout the game. But some KOs being thrown either direction, catch-up experience, some nice big scores from Random Gaming has made this a little bit of an even match at 3 minutes exact.
They're struggling to keep up. That notification just come out, and then the Hoopa puts down that Warp Point Highway down onto the map here, and we're going to see the players. They actually seem split right now, but they're going to posture around Dreadnought, perhaps. How does Random Gaming adjust? They say, there's no confusion here. We're going for Dreadnought.
Absolutely, and now their team fighting potential is completely unlocked. Edesu also desperately wants this Dreadnought. They're going to hit 13 no matter what, but really nice play from Five Guys. They are going to be giving that up. They don't need that experience. What they would rather have is a gigantic point lead in this situation. However, it's not that big of a gap. This situation is going to be interesting, but I would not want to fight a team fight composition like Random Gaming's before a Dreadnought. I would definitely rather take that one at Zapdos.
Absolutely. $1.25 is what Five Guys is up here, and Random Gaming is quite literally forming a wall in the face of Five Guys as they are all around this Zapdos here. How does Five Guys want to engage? Gatlu getting into the action. Potato and Vizid backdooring them a little bit. They're at Zapdos here, but they don't want to start it. Look at Five Guys, 329, 160, spreading out that lead a little bit, and Gatlu dives in, and so does Red Maw. They say when we'll start on Zapdos, Hoopa unbound Unbound. Here we go. And the Unite move flies. That's 2-3 in a row. And that's another Hoopa Unbound. As look at those buddy barriers are up. And now they're falling down as Lucario's the first one to go down on Random Gaming here. And we're watching to see if there's more KOs. There's plenty of people low on Five Guys. If they can start collecting these, here we go as a Desu. They're going to try and carry. They get Kid Tans. Gatlu's in the mix getting the Pikachu here. And now they're up by 2 players. And Random Gaming has all the onus to do the work. KO Streak of 2 for the Hoopa. Everybody's in the mix. Is Gatlu going to close it on Fazid? They are. And Random Gaming, the gates are open. They're going to take Zapdos. And now all they have to get in is those straight double buckets. Straight duckets.
Straight ducats are on the way for sure. Adesu gonna throw in 50, finally hitting their level 15. But hey, that level 13 in that team fight really made a huge difference. A ton of points gonna be getting thrown in here. Now the point lead is over 300. We're gonna need to see some massive dunks with this minute left, if anything, if Five Guys wants to catch up. But the problem is the only Pokemon they were able to KO on this push was the Hoopa, and they'll probably be able to stop the back of Blissey, but neither of those Pokemon are the ones that you'd really want to worry about when you're trying to score. It's the Venusaur, Luca, Talonflame that are going to become a real problem.
Oh, Gatlu catching him with the Unite move too. Still fighting pretty well. And Gatlu gets away. Gatlu gets away. Because of course they do. 26 seconds on the clock here. And Adesi waiting in the weeds. Going to eat up Bruv real quick. Not a big deal. Just a dinosaur out for some lunch here. And Five Guys is on the menu. KO Streak 2. Let's go. Get the points when you can. Gatlu back in the mix. And they're going to be able to just hammer it in. This one's Random Gaming's, right? Now we're just padding the stats at this point.
Definitely. Yeah, a nice little attempt by Five Guys there, but Gatlu getting away, and then Adesu finding a really nice trap play to get that KO is going to be making the points rain down in their favor. Random Gaming up 1-0, and just a reminder, this is a best-of-5 scenario. So, end of the tournament, we have 4 or 5 guys find themselves in a best-of-5 situation. Look at those score numbers, by the way. Random Gaming, known for their electric amount of scoring. The KOs don't always tell the story because this game loves to put points in goal zones.
Yeah, Random Gaming 732 to 329. I'm looking at the battle data real quick. Gatlu 7 KOs, started off slow, got caught a couple times, but man, did that Talonflame find its footing.
No kidding. Yeah, what a really interesting game. We actually saw a really cool play by Five Guys that I love that Hoopa enables now, especially when you know the opposing team is on that Trick Shadow Ball build, was that Five Guys completely split up. Bruv tried to find a back cap. The 2 of their players were defending goal zones. Vazid was the only one in the middle of that Zapdos pit because they were the only one that needed to be. Like I said, that Unite move brings the whole gang to come out, and they all show up in Zapdos pit together through that portal created by the Unbound Unite move. And when that team fight popped off, it really seemed like it was going in the favor of Five Guys at first, but Venusaur stayed alive through a couple of Unite moves. The Protect the President worked. Chroma and Geese doing an incredible job of keeping their carry alive. After that happens, Adesu just gets to run free, lived on a sliver of HP and KO'd Kid Tans, a little 1v1 that was regrettably off camera. I'm sorry about that. But in that situation, them pulling that in their favor, honestly, could be game defining. So huge team fight for Random Gaming.
Yeah, some Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan vibes between Adesu and Gatlu there at the end. They were just passing it off one to each other, and they were just cashing it in on these Five Guys players. But this is the grand finals. Random Gaming up 1 in this best of 5. Five Guys going to try and square it up here in game 2, and we'll be back with a bit more action. Rush Battle Tower number 5 grand finals. Random Gaming up a game against, well, Five Guys. Here we go. Now, the team that just won Random Gaming, they said, well, let's go back to the drawing board. You know, we won considerably once we took Zapdos, but how about we just change everything? And Zoinks, I'm going to need you to walk me through this because we almost had a wholesale change.
Yeah, absolutely. So a Chroma off of the Blissey onto the Wigglytuff. Gee's going to be sticking on that Hoopa in lane, so kind of filling into that attacker / supporter slot in this composition. And then we have a Desu on a Charizard. And what I'm really excited about is Gatlu on their iconic Greedent. So Gatlu on this Pokemon is a threat to whatever team. I honestly... look forward to them being in your jungle, stealing all of your last hits on every bit of farm, and honestly just being a gigantic thorn in your side the entire game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't want to harken back to some bad memories for Five Guys. But if you were tuning in to those EU February finals, they got ravaged by Greedens in the top four broadcast. And I'm really hoping they were able to figure that puzzle out, because if they haven't, they're in for some tough sledding here, because Gatlu is one of the best going.
It's really interesting too, because we're not seeing a score composition coming out of Random Gaming, which you see in when you have that Greedent pick a lot of the time. Well, honestly, what we're seeing is just a Charizard jungle pick, and then we're going to be running probably two in that bot lane with that Wiggly, and Greedent and Geese at the start. But I'm imagining that Greedent is going to be peeling off pretty quick. So Adesu going to be rotating down to that bot lane quite a bit, I imagine. It's going to be interesting to see how this game goes out. A lot of rotations coming out of Random Gaming. The onus is going to be on Five Guys to predict those and make sure that you're meeting Random Gaming at those rotations and not just spending the entire game chasing after them, trying to predict what they're doing.
Absolutely. One more thing I want to touch on. It seems like the pendulum for Green was like, central area for the opposing team invade, and then it swung back to, okay, score comp Greedon, of course, and Gatlu's just here to make sure we don't forget what power Greedon has on the game, and it doesn't have to be scoring all the time to execute that. But these teams are locked and loaded, ready to go, and I want to see this action, so let's get into it. Random Gaming with a Greedon. Let's go.
I'm interested to see what Geese picks in the loadout for Hoopa. I mean, it's such a new character. A lot of players are experimenting with a lot of variety. We saw the Trick Shadow Ball build in the first game, but I'm wondering if that was only for Venusaur. If there's no one else to enable with it in lane, you're not going to be finding very much value. I could definitely see them opting into the teleport build this second go-around.
Absolutely. We're just working through this Audino, per usual. Nothing new here, and I'm trying to see who picked it up. Geese did get it. Very good. Very well sought out. And Achroma just content with reeling here. Really, Achroma just wants to get to level 4 safely. But there's the Greedon. Here we go. Just getting their points in, getting those attack weight stacks up or whatever they're doing. Just, they're on their own agenda here. Yeah, look at Kintan's having to pull down to help out.
Yeah, I actually really love this rotation of the Five Guys. This early rotation is going to make it a little bit easier for Redmaw and Adesu to do what they want to do up top. However, shutting down that Greedon early is going to be the best policy, honestly. Get to find a lot more value, and it looks like actually Potato went down to go get a little bit of the farm out of that jungle as well. So Kintan's going to be at a nice bit of experience for first Dreadnought. However, for these first set of Bs, they're going to be quite late.
Yeah, and
Gatlu up top too.
Yeah, Adesu's more than welcome to get into these Bs here with just the Heckler Gatlu in the mix as well. And look at Random Gaming; they're moving very well together, and you can just tell how cohesive of a unit they are when they play. And look at them pushing straight into the goal zone, the slow smoke coming out, and they're working through, just getting points in and reeling back. They don't want to give up a KO too easy here, as now Geese is trying to keep that bottom goal zone from getting just completely slid with Wash Rookie and Bruv in their face. Here comes the portal, and here comes a squirrel maybe. Nope, they're going the hard way, the long way downtown.
Yeah, they want to have full pockets pretty much the entire game. Greedent is not as scary when they have nothing to score. Achroma, though, going down here just a second away from that portal. Just really unfortunate, could not stay up and healthy.
The Venn diagram of portals there, and they were just they were sitting in the middle, didn't quite trigger either one of them as they were taken out just on the button here. But look at Kid Tan's working through the Greedent, of course. There's 4 players on this freaking Greedent, and they're just trying to get out and to get in the mix. Like, please just leave us alone, give us some time to breathe here. But look at what Greedent is doing. It is completely splitting Five Guys everywhere around this map here, and that's not what they want to be doing. They don't want to have to babysit this thing in their central area.
That's true. They're trying to keep the experience going in their favor. Kid 10's still able to get their jungle buffs, but not the red buff, though. Very interesting. I'm not sure if a teammate got it or somebody else, but okay, a lot of KOs going in this top lane already.
Yeah, I mean, just the slow smoke ate up the Greedent there, no problem. And now Redmaw's getting pressured by Kid Tans very well. Kid Tans coming through, and Adesu able to close it on Kid Tans and save Redmaw.
Amazing rotation there from Adesu. Adesu, oh no, they could start getting hit too. If they can't get out here, it's going to be a danger. No, they should be fine. It's just Vizid on that Hoopa. Not going to be a gigantic threat, but it looks like a little bit of a collapse out of Five Guys in the middle will take down Adesu. So this is what I'm talking about. Five Guys, to find any advantage here against Random Gaming, needs to be rotating constantly across the map. You have to be thinking so hard and predicting Random Gaming's movements, which, let's face it, is almost an impossible task sometimes.
Yeah, oh, this Dreadnought is kicking off here, but Random Game is all about melting it, and they take it. Hoopa takes a KO on Wigglytuff, but the Wigglytuff on Five Guys locks it down here. Great work, and we saw how deep they infiltrated to get to that to that Dreadnought here. And now the pressure is going straight into the face of Random Gaming as Kid Tans picks up a KO streak of 2, and those points are raining in. The Green's going to try and do some work here. Still 42 points on the bottom goal zone, but all of Random Gaming is kind of reeling here, and that's a big overdunk for them by 38 points.
That's true. At this moment, Adesu does have Unite move, and there it is. Gets to throw it in. Wash Rookie had the Unite move, though, before, so a ton of Buddy Barrier health is going to mean that they don't find any KOs, and Adesu is going to go down after a pretty huge investment. They just hit 9. They threw it in right away. Now, if they're able to get some jungle farm, they'll get it back relatively quick, but that means if there's any semblance of a team fight at Rotom, Five Guys is going to be at a pretty massive advantage.
You have to say that was a great use of the Unite move on Five Guys by Washed Rookie there to wait till the Charizard comes back to Earth to use the Unite move and mow it down. Bruv caught in the middle here, and they're working through the warps coming out. They didn't take it here. And now Five Guys is sitting on their upper path goal zone and working through. Gatlu's keeping the pressure on. They just like to be in the mix in the 5, but they get taken out again. The Green eating a lot of KOs here, or getting KO'd quite a bit. And we're going to warp out as the Charizard and the Wigglytuff here. As Bruv and Washed Rookie are the button, Vizid pressuring back, and we're just sending shots in. And who resets themselves but Five Guys? Now the pressure's on as here we go. Adesu takes a KO on Kid Tans, and now we're working through a Chroma's in the gut here, and that's another KO on Hoopa, and here we go. And Unite move coming through by the Lucario, and now players are just falling down left and right here. Five Guys still with 2 players down, and make it another player down as Random Gaming has taken over this top path and really flexing themselves in a wonderful team battle.
Yeah, that goal zone siege was absolutely phenomenal coming out of Random Gaming. They needed that little bit of score lead that they finally got, and they're also going to be awarded the Rotom going down lane. Now, they are going to be pretty slow to the rotate onto Dreadnought. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Hoopa Unite move. There it is. Okay, creates an and they find the Dreadnought last hit.
Geese with just the work, Hoop Unbound, putting the pressure on and actually getting the better of their counterpart here, sending all the Five Guys scrambling. They were the first ones there, but look at them moving back up the path here. And now Kid Tans is getting taken out by the Lucario. And look at this, Random Gaming just putting an exclamation point in this bottom path. They said, we got it the top path, we'll run it back in the bottom path. Great Hoopa Unbound Unite by Geese to start this thing off for Random Gaming, and they're looking good.
Yeah, no kidding. A huge siege on first tower and then a perfect rotation. Geese seeing that the rest of their team had it covered and makes a brilliant swap down to bottom lane. And that's getting just extra value here at this point in time. Not going to be able to get that player trying to back and going to not opt into breaking that goal zone with any kind of overcap. Kit has forced to get these buffs, is hitting that precious level 13. Five Guys is going to have some good team fights going right soon in the future.
Well, the portals are open here as Gatlu's trying to hold it down alone in the top lane with Red Maul, and they're working through. Potato getting chunked big there. And are they going to be able to get KO? There's Adesu, just the Grim Reaper of the Pokemon Unite map right now, able to close it out there. And Gatlu and Red Maul pressuring Bruv. Here comes Kid Tans to cut them off. Red Maul takes a big chunk of damage, uses a close combat on just Ghosts. Casper eating it hard on that one, getting no HP back though, however, as Bruv, Vizid, Kid Tans bubble out very well and settle this thing down for the moment.
Absolutely. Yes, Casper got multiple punches to the face there when Red Maw, just out of desperation, probably looking for a little bit of healing with that maneuver, found nothing. Adesu with some huge KOs, and now the onus is on Five Guys to find some kind of comeback. If they get any kind of KO, they are definitely going to be scaling up quite a bit. That experience is going to be moving in their favor. Geese getting on this Rotom, but putting that portal there to make sure that they're not alone in the top. Red Maw takes it and is now fast passed up to the front of the line. Only 1 second left on Dreadnought. It has spawned. So definitely, I think Five Guys are going to be able to net themselves this unless we see some kind of huge rotation out of random. But right now, they're pushing a Rotom all the way into second tier goal zone.
Yeah, they got the personnel advantage here. They're going to try and close it out in the face of Rotom. They don't. It kind of lines up. They close it out, but they've got the point lead now. So it seems it was worth it. 2 minutes, 9 seconds on the clock. Zapdos right on the horizon.
Level 14 Cinderace is going to be a phenomenal threat on the side of Five Guys. If they can leverage this team fight really well, they can throw it in their favor. I believe Vizid should still have Unite move. Hoopa having that Unite move is a fantastic resource they can use. However, all of the positioning is in the favor of Random Gaming. Five Guys looking for an angle in. It seems like they're going to choose to push up the bottom lane. Kid Tens needs to start peppering in some damage.
Yeah, Desu kind of getting caught there way too far forward, and that's a huge KO early for Five Guys. That's exactly where they want to take out. Hoopa Unbound is unleashed, actually, as they're coming down. Wash Rookie with a Unite move could put the pressure on, and just that Charizard going down is so big, and now they're starting to fall like dominoes for Random Gaming. The Wigglytuff, the big tank going down, the pseudo support tank hybrid just getting worked through, and look at Five Guys just all over this team here. The great HP levels for them. Gatlu going down, and that's one of the chunkiest boys on the map here, and now Zapdos is going work through. It's all on Redmaw and Geese if they want to do work, but KO Strika 2 on Redmaw on the button. Geese goes down as well, and Five Guys takes it. The goal zones are unlocked, and the just hundo burgers and straight ducats ready to rain in.
Five Guys do have a lead to try to circumvent and come back from, though. Kid Tan's taking a lot of damage. They should be able to get this 50 in, no problem. Another one goes in on the bottom, setting up 309, 482, 582 in the favor of Five Guys. Only 50 seconds left. If a Random Gaming wants to find anything, they need to find it quick, but with two members in the respawn, this may be an impossible task to find, especially since Five Guys is pretty much all alive and back. Not very much time for Random Gaming. They are going to find a KO on Potato here. That's a 30-second respawn timer. That's the entire rest of the game, doobsnax.
Yeah, Five Guys going to change their name to the Babysitters Club on this one because they're just going to hang out at home and make sure nothing crazy happens in their goal zones. And I think they've locked this one up. Random Gaming, I think, kind of feels the same. But they're going to make one more concerted push here in this bottom goal zone. Gatlu, Unite moves are getting pulled out. Gatlu using the Unite move themselves here. Charizard takes to the skies to lock it down. And Five Guys just getting pushed back. No worries, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This one is going to go to Random Gaming.
I think
or Five Guys. Oh my God,
yeah.
I flipped the name.
No,
Five
all
Guys.
good. Yeah, I think it is going to be going in the favor of Five Guys. Agreed. What we saw in those last couple of seconds before the game ended there, Adesu using that Unite move, that is what Adesu was trying to do at the start of that team fight. They had the early positioning and the defensive posturing, but look at the team comp for Random Gaming. The biggest thing that they're missing is range. They need, if they want to win a team fight, especially against a Cinderace as phenomenal as Kitans is, they need to close that gap. And Desu wanted to get their Unite move off early and start engaging and burn through any buddy barriers that Bruv or Vizid could be creating with their support Unite moves. They wanted to find that early engage, but they just couldn't. The Blaze Kick stun on top of a Desu just proved too much for them to circumvent, and they just got shredded from range. And then Five Guys was able to pick off the enemy team, Random Gaming, one by one, and didn't even make it a Zapdos flip situation. Really, really solid macro gameplay coming out of Five Guys there.
Yeah, you broke it down very clean, and that inflection point is the same thing in my book as what turned the tides in this one. Adesu, you are the anchor of that squad, and you are the absolute hammer to drive the nail home. I would have loved to see perhaps, an engage by a Chroma first, maybe letting your Wigglytuff take the charge, or even Gatlu maybe, jumping in just to kick off the action in a direction that isn't yourself, right? Yeah. And give yourself the opportunity to get in there and then execute your game plan, which is obviously take over the game. And Adesu definitely has that potential. We've seen it before. We will see it again in the future here, whether it's in this tournament or others. But I think that was just maybe a little bit of a miscommunication or misexecution, and what kind of caught them on the back foot. But when you creak open the door, good on Five Guys for kicking through it and getting inside the house and taking what's theirs, which was this win here in Game 2. Grand Finals, squared up 1-1. Rush, Battle Tower, number 5. Five Guys, Random Gaming, doobsnax, Zoinks, we're all coming back for Game 3. Grand Finals, Game 3. doobsnax, Zoinks, Five Guys, Random Gaming, let's get after it. These team comps, Zoinks, I'm taking a look, and I see some change-ups already, at least in the held items for now.
In the held items, a little bit of a swap in the character for a Desu, going to be going off of whatever they were on last game. I can't remember correctly. Charizard, thank you. Going off of Charizard and now onto the other dragon of Dragonite. What we are seeing on the side of Random Gaming, this is a score comp, what I've heard Random Gaming call a degen comp. They are absolutely going to be throwing scores in your face. We got a Talonflame goal getter on Geese, off of the Hoopa pick now, opting into just taking that jungle slot, or might be going into the top lane. We'll have to see when we get into game. Honestly, it's so hard to predict what random's going to do in terms of their lane movements, all things like that. All I know is that Akroma has been running this X speed pretty much on every character they utilize, and it's been getting a pretty decent amount of value.
Without a doubt, Five Guys needs to adjust here because they're getting yet another different look. If random gaming will test you, it's at least your understanding of the game and how compositions flow, and they'll test you day in and day out until they find one that they can just knock you out with. And this one is the air quotes degen comp. It's the air quotes score comp. And this comp is the one, not by this team, but this comp is the one that knocked Five Guys out of the EU February finals. These teams are ready to go, and I want to see if Five Guys is up to the challenge.
Yeah, like you said, they've had to adapt constantly, and not always because they've been winning. Maybe this last map was, but the score is tied up 1-1. Random Gaming is just really showing that their toolkit, their arsenal is completely full. And look at this. We have Redmaw, Fluffy Tail, Lucario, first off. Also, Lucario in the bottom lane. It's a whole new world down there for that Pokemon.
Yeah, and look at the pseudo Talonflame up top, just like I can just do it by myself, no worries here. I'm gonna love how this shakes out. It's a completely different look than what we've seen in these last two games, without a doubt.
Yeah, some early pressure here. Look at that Meteor Mash, able to just a lot of space, but Washed Rookie still able to take that Decibel Audino with the Electro Web. A ton of pressure coming out of Five Guys early in this lane, despite the challenging opponents they face in the Lucario and Jigglypuff at this moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Five Guys pressuring, they know what they're up against. You know, the team loadouts and seeing all the battle items is definitely going to help tip the hand a little bit. And now Five Guys has to adjust, and they're starting to get some points in, and they're taking the body where they can. But look at Chroma with some good pressure here. Random Gaming only up 36-16. I'm glad I held for a second there.
Yeah, exactly. Also, the Talonflame putting in some work. A Desu up top now, rotating, but the problem is Gatlu's in the jungle, which means Kidtans isn't there to back up Potato. A really close 1v1 fight here right now. Gatlu gets the better of it and gets the evolution to boot.
Good night. I thought we were talking about score comps here, but they've taken the body very well as Random Gaming, as we've seen some of the top players for Five Guys go down, and now the pressure in the bottom path is going into the face of Random Gaming, but that Lucario is so good by itself. It's able to stem that bleeding a little bit as Chrome is sent reeling, but Redmaw not feeling the pressure too hard right now.
No, but Potato sure is having to deal with three members of Random Gaming. Kidtan's still a score bunny due to Gatlu's just constant pressure in this jungle. We called him a thorn in their side before. Honestly, it seems like a stake in a vampire's heart right now.
Oh, I mean, Gatlu's doing great. They've had to call down Potato to get into their into the mix here with Kid Tans, but Gatlu's still working. Look at the time investment that is cost on Gatlu. They're still going, and Potato's going to be able to close this out here, I think. Good night. Come on, Potato. Now the Potato's just getting mad. You can tell they're just getting upset right now. Good night. Do not. Oh, the Talonflame gets the KO. Geese comes in and gets the KO and opens the door for the green. Are you kidding me? Gatlu gets away.
Gatlu gets away. Geese actually just knocks that one out of the park, but what they knocked it out of was a T-ball in that situation. Honestly, Gatlu setting up that situation. Look, they're pressuring with such little health. Unstoppable on Covet, and combination with the movement you get from Tackle, and ridiculous combination on this character.
Oh my goodness. Bruv HD trying to rein in Chroma and Redmaw here. Wash Rookie chipping in, but here comes a Desu. Level 8 Dragonite doing work, and they're going to be able to just hyper beam their way through, and it sends Five Guys reeling. Not only are they score comping, they're knocking them out.
Oh my goodness, Kidtan's finally getting that Cinder Ace evolution. Right now, Five Guys needs this Dreadnought. They need to keep up, massively underleveled in the bottom lane. They do get it, okay. Potato gets a nice snipe, able to outsmite a Dragonite. Not an easy option, and they're getting a lot of good KOs here. This team fight for Five Guys, they also bait the Dragonite Unite move out of random. It's going to give them, honestly, just not many seconds to really chill. That Dragonite Unite move comes back up almost immediately.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
I mean, that triple XL Dragon with those extra small wings should not have that much mobility, but it is cruised out of there after the Unite move of the Buddy Barrier. Is he going to try and keep out the Rotom here? And Five Guys needs to just take a deep breath and see what they can do. Is holy smokes, it's just war down here. And the KOs are falling. Five Guys are getting lined up and mowed down with the Hyper Beam. The whole squad is there for random gaming, except for Gatlu, for Geese, the Talonflame, and it's a KO streak of 2 for a Desu. Turns out when you get so much experience from scoring, you overlevel your other team, you can take the body, and now Kid Tanz's just getting attacked by a Desu and taken out. No problem.
Oh, Vazid thought that they were making a fantastic play by rotating down to that bottom lane with the portal, sent their whole team down, but they didn't know that they were sending their whole team down into the world's scariest escape room. They got their own in there and just absolutely demolished Geese with a nice Unite move into that goal getter, dunking in a 40 right in the face of 2 members on a Talonflame, mind you. That scoring amount of ability they have is incredible.
Here's the thing. They were trying to actually take out Washed Rookie with that Unite move. Washed Rookie used a Unite move, and they're like, well, since I just express lane to the goal zone, I guess I'll go get her a 40 banger in real quick. And look at 4 players on Gatlu. That's a Unite move coming through, and the Belches are coming out. Washed Rookie's the first one down because that Halitosis is just too strong on this Five Guys team as Kid Tanz is getting more KO streak of 2 for Gatlu, and they're going to get out of here. Of course they are. What a menace. What an absolute menace. Just coming in, gone in 60 seconds is Gatlu. Holy smokes.
Kid Tanz just blaze kicked into a belt from Gatlu. That was the absolutely most unlucky directional bounce I've ever seen on a Cinderace. Gatlu predicts the movement and just boom, hits that belch and finds the KO. This Dreadnought, pretty important objective on the game. Random Gaming, despite being on a score comp, is still investing a little bit. Akroma uses the Unite.
Oh, Random Gaming took it! The Lucario takes it, and like Five Guys, things are just sliding in their face. Just the headwinds are getting very strong here as Red Maw gets mowed down, but that's an exchange they'll take any day of the week, as Random Gaming definitely got the better half of that one.
Yeah, I mentioned it was kind of weird at the start of the game. I guess I'm eating my words. Lucario Fluffy Tail did work. Random Gaming, make no mistake, Random Gaming is running away with this game completely. The levels on the side of Five Guys still are looking really nice. They're keeping this game even, but Random Gaming is not that worried about team fighting. 323 to 79 on the scoreline. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. They are winning this game handily right now. Five Guys needs to find a big team fight in their favor if they want to have any chance when this game hits that Zapdos. They have 3 goal zones missing, for crying out loud.
I mean, they've out-leveled Five Guys. They're playing score comp, and I've never seen a score comp strapped to a howitzer, but here we go. Random Gaming has done it today because they are looking good. They just need to hold on to this lead they've generated. Oh, no, they're taking the bodies, and Five Guys are going down. Quick, 2 players down for Five Guys, and Kid Tanz is going to have to try and carry here as Watch Rookie gets isolated, and the Talonflame comes down and takes them out, I think, as the Wigglytuff does work. But here we go. There's so many more players up on Random Gaming with 3 minutes left in this game. Wow.
Red Maw does go down, but honestly seems like they were just taking the shots for a Desu, making sure that that triple Dragon Dance stacked player is kept up the entire time. Incredible work for Red Maw, honestly, making sure that their carry player is up the entire time. Red Maw still, though, needs to find a bit more experience, wants to hit those levels caps going in. Only about 30 more seconds until this next Zapdos comes up. 8 more seconds on Dreadnought, but it looks like Random Gaming might actually be rotating down to their Dreadnought.
Yeah, I like that Five Guys is just staying away here. Let's not feed them any more experience. Let's get everything that's on our side of the map and just take care of the wild Pokemon. Random Gaming, on the other hand, they'll take the free experience through Dreadnought and get that shield. And look at Gatlu just babysitting up top, fluffy tailing, and they might have time to take this Rotom. Nope, just putting the pressure on, making sure Five Guys doesn't just give it up for free. And now Gatlu just scrambling around and eating those berries.
Random Gaming wants to stay ahead on the score the entire way. Nice Unite move with that goal getter. They do get the 50 in. Potato not able to stop that cap. 423 to 112. Five Guys all over the Zapdos right now. That thing is deleted. They have that. But now they need to get enough points to match that gap. Random Gaming started with the 300-point lead. Let's see how high they can get those numbers to go.
Dude, what is this team? They just came through. They scored 500 in the face, and yeah, Five Guys took Zapdos. They're still down by 240, and now they can play back on defense, and we know they've got the ability to hang tough. But I mean, maybe not the Talonflame, but the rest of the players do. Random Gaming gonna babysit that center goal zone here and just make sure that 200 don't get in.
Vizid sending his whole team back to base there just to get healthy and throw in some extra points there. Just a little bit of a flashy play with the portal, but look at what Random Gaming's doing. They're spreading out where they have this huge lead and they can see the yellow pips on their side of the minimap. They know there's no farm to even have had. Hoopa with you. Oh, okay, no, just with a normal portal. Looks like they're just kind of chilling, trying to go with a last minute portal play here from Vizid. They're going to try to Hoopa Unite move and get their team up here with a lot of extra points. Geese is going to be the only player remotely close to stop something like that. They have no eyes on Hoopa. This could be a huge play.
Yeah, the huge play, and if they open up the portal, that'll be the day here. Does it come through? Does it come through? Do the players take it?
Oh, they got spotted by the Talonflame.
Oh, yeah, Geese was on it, and now everybody's crashing for Random Gaming on there, and they have all the buddy barriers and score shields and goal getters, everything in their back pocket to get just points in the face of this, and I think it's too late. That portal might have been open too late as Vizid is trying to anchor the squad, and here come Five Guys, 2 players through very quickly, but they don't have enough in their pockets to make it happen because Adetsu's there babysitting with the Dragonite Hyper Beam.
They do manage to get their points in, it seems like at the last minute, but it's a huge gap they need to cover up. I don't know what this is going to be. I think Random Gaming's taking this. I need to see the scoreline, though. Every time these teams play, it's a toss-up.
Look, that was close, 921 to 724, but was it that close, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for a team that gave up Zapdos, still racked up 921 points, and this played into their strategy, I can't help but to think that they were very comfortable with what was happening in the last minute of that game.
Absolutely. So, yeah, we see this happen with a lot of these score comps. They have 2 goal zones broken by the time the Zapdos hits. They don't worry about Zapdos. They know that they've accumulated at least a 200-point lead. Because what's the biggest thing that we always talk about when a Zapdos gets flipped either way? It's, okay, they won Zap, but their whole team is down. Right? Well, when your whole team is still up and alive and just going back to base, that's not really something you have to worry about. So you know that your lead is just going to stay the exact same as it was 30 seconds ago after all of Five Guys scores. When that situation happens, it's basically a whole new game in the last 2 minutes. Who can farm? Who can score more? And when Random Gaming's entire team composition is kitted to do exactly those 2 things, that means that those scores are usually going to be going in their favor. Five Guys has a monumental task ahead of them to try to flip that game.
Zoinks, I just want to highlight something, and we kind of saw it through the texture of the game, but it was a score comp. We know that. But look at these KOs. 8 KOs for Adetsu, 7 KOs for Gatlu. I mean, they were just being absolute animals out there, and even when there was just a breath of fresh air for Five Guys to take, one of those 2 players was there to just snuff it out.
Absolutely. Adetsu and Gatlu, both incredible players on whatever role they're playing. I just want to shout out too, this team is such a flexible team, not only in their Pokemon choices that they play, but also their positions that they slot into. We've seen Geese on support, we've seen them on jungle, we've seen Gatlu on top lane, bottom lane, invade jungle, Adetsu in the jungle, Adetsu in that attacker slot. Akroma's shown Blissey and Wiggly. Like, there's been so many variety that this Random Gaming squad can bring, and the fact that they're able to be experts on every single composition they bring is what's really, really impressive. Five Guys are no slouches. We've seen games from this squad so many times do incredibly well, but let's face it, Gatlu in your jungle is a threat, and when Gatlu has a Talonflame like Geese as backup, you get to see electric moments in the enemy jungle like we did at the start of this game.
Absolutely. Very well said. Very well said. So that means Random Gaming, with their 3rd different team composition in this grand finals, takes game 3 and are now up 2-1. Zoinks, doobsnax, will be right back for game 4 action. Rush Battle Tower number 5 grand finals. Best of 5. Random Gaming up 2-1 on Five Guys. Now, if Random Gaming wins this one, they'll take it all down and be your grand finals champions here. But Zoinks, what can Five Guys do? I mean, they're getting the break speed off them with all these different comps, these different looks. They were able to take game 2, but I kind of think that was more of a blunder maybe on Random Gaming's side. So what can Five Guys do to find some equal footing here?
Five Guys needs an adaptation. That last game, like I said, was not close. The scoreline at the end definitely seemed closer than it was, but that game was Random Gaming's the whole way through. A lot of people who are familiar with Five Guys are going to be pretty surprised to see Bruv not on that token Mr. Mime pick, but you have to really think about the compositions that they're going into when they know they're facing Random Gaming. What on earth does a Mr. Mime do against a score composition? You just don't have the damage to stop scores. The last hit potential you have normally is so incredibly strong, but when your team is splitting in constant different ways, Mr. Mime does not have the versatility to contest as much. Now, we saw the Wiggly try at first, but right now what we're seeing is Bruv adapting to another tank, a much less common one. We are seeing the cool kid at school, Mamoswine.
I mean, a good hollowware on that. Good hollowware on that Pokemon just recently came out. But we're taking a look here, and Random Gaming is back on the score comp. And last time it was the score/KO comp. But Five Guys, I mean, they need to buckle down. They need to take a deep breath and approach this with a calculated strategy. If you don't have 2 players ready to go on Gatlu, let them go. Like, don't invest the time and resources because they're going to end up doing whatever they want anyways. These teams are ready. Let's go down to the action. This is game 4. If Random Gaming takes this, they take it all.
That's true. They are on match point here. I'd love to see Five Guys get more in that game 2 form. The one that they found, they got... Yeah, I'm going right to the Mamoswine when I'm spectating this for sure. I love watching the Roomba in lane. Cutest little Pokemon in the game. Uncontested, in my opinion. Anyway, Five Guys in that game 2 had really nice rotations, were predicting a lot of what Random Game was doing, and then executed the final team fight perfectly. But it was on the back of a really solid early game. Look at this. 3 Pokemon in the bottom, not going up to that top contestable, strong Gatlu counter out of the gate coming out of Five Guys.
Yeah, pressuring that Audino Bruv just in the face of Gatlu. Gatlu already below half HP. Here comes Redmaw, going to have to try and pick up Gatlu with a little support here. Hopefully get in Bruv's face and keep Gatlu from going down. One berry picks up Gatlu, and here we go. Gatlu's still working through. That might have been the best exchange I've seen in the first 45 seconds of a game in a long time here.
Yeah, no kidding. Macro gameplay executed within the first minute being shown here. Kid Tan's on a really nice level, going all the way up to level 6 in lane, going against a level 4 Dratini. Adesu has to put the wheels on and get out of this lane as fast as they can. Kid Tan's a huge threat in lane right now. Really nice counterplay coming into Five Guys so far.
Yeah, I mean, their change-up has worked, and Gatlu in the mix, of course. Slow Smoke gets caught, Potato gets just sent reeling because they're down to a 3rd HP, going to grab a berry. Wash Rookie hanging out, trying to get some of those bees, as Bruv HD is just focused on getting into the goal zone and putting some pressure in Achroma and Redmaw's face.
Their duo Invazid HD on this Hoopa, throwing those portals, going to be launching back and forth across the map, attempting to stop scores and give their team an advantage for sure. Look at this too, the rotation, 3 players from Five Guys into this middle section. Kid Tan's peeling off, but just trying to stop the menace that is Gatlu. Hasn't evolved yet, so definitely going to be a little bit better in their game, and Achroma goes down, trying to give some backup to Gatlu.
Here's the thing, though. Random Gaming is playing a score comp, which naturally wants to work, or naturally is used to working from behind. I think this last game was an anomaly, and we're not rough sledding here for Random Gaming just yet. This is just kind of going up to par here. Now, you can't let it slide too badly, as look at this. They're isolating Bruv and Kid Tans, and they're working through. Kid Tans is there. They run out of the portal. Bruv takes it, though, but Kid Tans not taking it might spell their demise here to Achroma, and it does.
Achroma with a really nice dive. I honestly think that is so completely worth. Kid Tan's already level 8. If you were level 6 Wigglytuff, absolutely you jump on that grenade. You charge in there, get that KO, get the trade. That makes a lot of sense. Everly getting level 6. Kid Tan's still that level 8. Adesu still only a level 7 Dragonair right now. Really under-leveled. Last game, they were able to leverage a Dragonite at first Dreadnought. That's not the case anymore. Bruv, almost to that Mamoswine, by the way. Definitely going to pick up a new fit and an evolution in just half a level.
Yeah, and that's going to be crucial for that squad to limit Random Gaming's ability to score here. As Bruv is very deep into the face of Random Gaming, just posturing very far forward. On with the support of Kid Tans in the back, they should be able to take this Dreadnought unless they let the screws fall off. They do. Good look here by Five Guys, and that's what they wanted. As look at the Unite move coming out immediately on the Evolve by Bruv here. Gonna buy some time for the squad to rein in points and say, who's the score comp now? We know how that works too.
Nice. Bruv with a huge charge in, beats by Bruv as he has this fantastic play on this Mammal Swine, going with this high horsepower Icicle Crash combination, going to be putting down a ton of CC and a 1v1 situation. This build is going to be all about shutting down an individual opponent one by one and blocking them from scoring, perhaps, which is a really nice counterplay into Random Gaming scoring composition.
Vizid a little too far forward, and the team able to slide back into their faces. Random Gaming to get that KO. Crumb going to try and catch Washed Rookie. They don't. Potato working upstairs here, but we're focused on Random Gaming that are all over this bottom goal zone with Rookie and Bruv not able to keep that thing from getting closed out.
Wash Rookie also had to throw in that Unite move just to stay up there. It seems like they came back for an auto attack, got themselves in a little bit too much of danger, had to throw that one to the wind to try to stay up. Gatlu at that level 9. Huge threat now, has the Covet and Belch online, and Geese also in the middle. Levels looking really, really good across the board for Random Gaming, but Five Guys has a few advantages. Kid Tans at level 11. Seriously, this entire composition is going to revolve around Kid Tans popping off.
Absolutely. You see the Night move come out by the Talonflame Geese just to move people off that goal zone so they can get some points in, and they do. And look at that scoreboard, 259. I said, oh, Bruv HD coming in with the support. Said, I got your back, buddy. Let's go. It absolutely decleats the Greedent from the map.
That's my favorite moment of this series so far. Seeing Bruv just T-boning the Greedent out of nowhere. And no more. Your reign of terror is over. And they're able to get that one. Redmaw is going to find a KO for the Troubles. And they're going to have that early Dreadnought positioning right now. But Five Guys is not far behind.
Yeah, Fluffy Tail's coming out and they're going to work through. Redmaw is going, no, Five Guys takes it. Potato takes it. And that's going to be a huge shield advantage. Look at Random Gaming just getting mowed down. And the only reason Geese isn't down is because they weren't in the mix to begin with.
This game is going incredibly well for Five Guys right now. 2 Dreadnoughts to 0. Geese with a Unite move to engage a ton of damage, but Vizid has the portal. That's going to be 3 people fully back health incoming home. No, they're actually just going to go from base, leaving Kid Tans to die out in the wasteland. I mean, in that situation, looks like it's going to happen.
Yeah, you know, I don't think that's too bad. If you got 3 players out on a big dive, I think Kid Tans is fine just hanging out and saying, yeah, I'll take this one on the chin, no big deal. As the portal comes up, and I think everybody's trying to move to Rotom, but what is Random Gaming doing? They're all over the bottom half of the map here, going after Washed Rookie to see if they give them a gap to get all over this goal zone.
Yeah, they were waiting for a little bit of vision, trying to see if they could spot any of the enemy players so they could throw in these scores. Boom. Now a lane to that home tier goal zone is available. Gonna be a real big threat late game. I would love to see Five Guys put a bit more resources in defending that goal zone.
Yeah, just big block here by Geese and Achroma trying to keep that top goal zone standing. And Potato and Bruv forced to reel a little bit in the face of that, but the Rotom is sent down the way. And that's not a bad look here for Five Guys to try and keep these scores at parity.
Exactly. That you nailed it. 338 to 226. This score still has that 100 gap. And remember, with Random Gaming's team composition, they're probably all going to be at your home tier goal zone to get those scores in this situation. So you want to close that gap as much as possible so that if you get awarded Zapdos for free again, you want to be able to take it without having to worry about winning 2 gigantic team fights in the end game.
Yeah, a lot of pressure by Gatlu here on Potato, and Adesu's going to chase. This is going to be a good KO for them if they can lock it down on Potato, and the pressure's on, but here comes Bruv to try and save. Adesu closes it out on the Lucario here. Bruv getting caught, but now it's a dive. It's a 3-on-1. They're going to take out Bruv, I think. The Unite move. They force out the Unite move so early, and is anybody going to go down to this Unite move? I don't think so. Historically, Mammoth's Unite move isn't that strong here, but Gatlu getting pinned. Look at Vizid and Wash Rookie going to try and close the door on them. But it's Gatlu, it's Greedent, and they're out of there. Just highway robbery.
I was gonna say pinned. Come on, Kirk. You know who you're talking about. That's Gatlu. You can't pin that guy down. But a little bit of favor. They get that Dreadnought, gonna send Kid Tens up to level 15, but the rip has begun.
Oh, I mean, and just Zapdos is just getting absolutely taken out. Left side takes Random Gaming took the Zapdos. Lucario took the Zapdos. And look at all the players on Five Guys going down here to a Chroma. And just one, they're so low on HP, but look where all Random Gaming is. They get to score for free here, and Dragonite's the last one on the wheel as all the players are returning. And look at that coverage they have on their goal zones. They're able to jump, and that's a KO. And now it's just raining just absolute Pokemon off those launch points onto Five Guys, and they're able to close one goal zone, but that's not enough here. They're down by over 300.
What a play call from Random Gaming to mix it up yet again. This time it's not in a team composition situation. It's just in a macro call. They think we're going to be in their home goal zone. They're not going to put the priority to Zapdos that they need to. And the flip goes in their favor. That is an incredible play call for them. Honestly, they didn't need the flip, but what they did was utilize it and get a ton of points in. 638 to 340 with only a minute left. It is not looking good for Five Guys. It is looking incredible for Random Gaming.
Random Gaming just 48 seconds away from winning this Rush Battle Tower number 5. And now there's just a skirmish breaking out up top, but I don't know how fortuitous this is going to be for the squad, even if they come out ahead for Five Guys here. Kid Tan's going to go back. We've got a lot of full pockets here. If Five Guys can push together, and find more and then do it again, I think they can win in this one. But 25 seconds says they might not have enough time.
That's true. Kid Tan's going back to base there. I think it's just a sign of they know they have a whole 50 points in their pocket. They know that there's no world in which they can score an entire 50 in there. The timer is going to be way too long, not running score shield. They opt to back up for defense, but with only 6 seconds left, looks like Random Gaming is going to be your new champions of Rush Battle Tower number 5.
What a look by Random Gaming. Just grand finals, taking it down 3-1 in the face of Five Guys, giving them 4 different looks across 4 different games here. I'll tell you what, Zoinks, if I'm any other team in the competitive scene, I'm blowing up the DMs of players on Random Gaming saying, how about we scrim tonight? And I'm trying to get looks on all these different things, because when you go to the world stage, there's going to be so many different styles of play that having experience against them is going to be to your advantage. And Random Gaming right now is one of the few teams going that are willing to show you different looks every single game.
Absolutely. One of the biggest strengths of Random Gaming is their versatility and their variety. Now, but which is crazy about this team is that's not their only strength either. We saw them pull off amazing team fights, great macro calls, even on these other characters. Gatlu not sticking just to their token ingredient. They have other picks. They were able to pull off a really, really nice looking Talonflame for sure. Geese able to showcase a fantastic one as well in this score composition. It's not just the variety that's putting this team ahead. It is some skill difference for sure. I mean, shout out to Five Guys in this game, though. They definitely had some, really strong play. Kid Tan's a level 15 Cinderace at that final team fight. That is not done easily. They were finding a ton of value. That team fight could have went either way. If that coin flip around the Zapdos goes the other direction, I think we're looking at a 2-2. But either way, Random Gaming makes a nice play called the flip. They know the score gap is just a little bit too small. They make it work, and they take the win today.
Listen, their tank is deep with the different Pokemon that these players can play on Random Gaming. And to give a little bit of a pass here to Five Guys, they've only been a team for a couple weeks. Random Gaming has been around for months. And you can't just make that ground up naturally. No matter how skilled your individuals are, there is that team building process. And I would look into the future for Five Guys to be an absolute menace in these tournaments moving forward. However, for Rush Battle Tower number 5, it's all about Random Gaming as they lock it down.
Well, I just wanted to mention Rush Battle Tower is a series, so if you've been following along on these weekend tournaments, you earn points through your tournament wins, a series that we've seen in something like the Shiny League as well. And Rush Battle Tower, currently sitting at the top of that list, is still Random Gaming. Add into their point total here, they are sitting at the top. So shout outs to them. But I'm sorry to cut you off. I'll hit us with the outro. I have been Zoinks. That has been doobsnax. Thank you so much for joining us of our cast of Rush Battle Tower number 5. Congratulations to Random Gaming, and we'll see you all next time.